It's been so long I grew a beard, man. And I have hair.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. It has been a ridiculous amount of time since we have done this. This is Coffee Time, episode 13. We're very sorry that it's been a really long time. That's kind of what today's episode's about. It's about kind of like juggling all that stuff and some other kind of key points.
Yep.
But let's roll the intro and let's get right into it.
Guys, it's been a long time. I know, so long. We apologize for that, but we thank you guys for still being there to watch our videos, and I hope you guys are just as excited now as you were before. Today we got a great episode for you. It's going to be a little more serious, but we're going to keep it lighthearted.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun. So, Josiah, what are we talking about today?
So today we're going to talk about mental health and creativity and how those two kind of go hand in hand. This has affected me personally, and it's affected you as well personally. And I think it affects all of us in some way or another, especially during this time period where COVID-19 is destroying all of our flipping lives. So it's been a real struggle. That's actually one of the reasons we haven't filmed it so long. Actually, I think the last video we did was at Bass Lake for Adventure Vlog 6. Yeah, one of those numbers. And it was such a good time. And then we got caught up doing a bunch of other stuff. We did do a product photography gig, which we can go into detail on how that works. And that was actually a pretty cool deal. It was at least my first big photography job gig kind of deal. But let's get back on track to what we were talking about today in mental health and creativity. And I guess the first question we should ask is, what is being creative? Like creativity in general, is that, just like, what is it? Like for us, it's photography and, and some other stuff, but there could be some other things.
Creativity is a word that doesn't really have a definition in my mind. Because you could be creative photography, videography, painting, drawing, interior design, cooking.
Don't get me hungry. I mean, you made these delicious iced coffees, which, by the way, we're drinking iced coffee because it's 111 degrees outside. Another reason we haven't gone outside in forever. We're hiding from the sun.
Yeah, but creativity could be anything. Anything that you express yourself in is being creative.
Yeah, and I struggled. We're both in the military, or we were in the military.
Still am. Two more
days, and then he's separating, and I was medically retired from the Navy 2000, like a year ago. It was May.
It's only been a few months.
And my experiences in the military, there was a lot of things that I went through that really affected me deeply, and I know there's a lot of military folks and that have had the same issue, and photography really helped with a lot of that, especially with my times overseas that were extremely difficult, very tense situations that I was in. Photography really helped get me through that, and it was about just looking through the lens at something extraordinarily and taking the time to take it all in and appreciate it, and then you get home and you appreciate it again, and just this endless
separating
cycle.
Yourself.
Exactly. You take yourself out of the box, and you're looking at that wonderful world.
Yeah. So, Josiah, will you tell us a little more of your story, your battle with mental health, and how photography came about and how it's helped you?
Yeah, so, I kind of touched on it just a little bit, but I was diagnosed with PTSD from my time overseas. And originally, I didn't talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it for about 5 years, and I just held on to all that stuff, and it just built up. I had all the symptoms of it. I just didn't want to recognize it, whether it was guilt or, whatever it was, or, I didn't feel like I went through enough, any of those issues. And I started seeing a psychiatrist, which really helps. And she kind of pushed me to find those find creative outlets like that. And it's interesting that she did, and that's actually when you introduced me to photography, and I just took it and ran with it, and it has been monumentally helpful in standing guard against those negative emotions that would come with the PTSD. So it's definitely a fantastic outlet, and it's really helped me grow and heal from a lot of the experiences that I had. And and it continues to help even with this COVID-19 business, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sick of being isolated. I haven't seen my family, I haven't seen nobody. Like, I'm kind of over it, COVID-19. Let's wrap this puppy up.
Yeah, so I was watching a video the other day that was talking about creativity, went into some mental health stuff, and one of the points they said in that video was creative people have broken brains. And that got me thinking about something. Like, what does that mean? So they explained it a little further in depth. There's a part of your brain that when you have some sort of mental health or anything like that, like if you have PTSD, if you have anxiety, there's a part of your brain that once you start doing something, it's supposed to shut off. In creative people, it doesn't shut off. It's always running, it's always thinking about something new, and it just something about creative people, that broken brain really helps.
Yeah, broke brains, man. Let's all be broke. We are broke. No money. Just kidding. And I think you said that's your excuse for having a messy room, because creative people have messy rooms, right?
Yeah.
Picasso was a pig.
It's just, you can't think about having an issue as always a negative. You have to take a problem you have and find a positive in that.
A silver lining. My PTSD, as much as it's a negative thing, it's something I'm going to struggle with forever, but the community of people that I have found that have similar problems, that have similar issues with it, that community is huge. And it's the same thing with any kind of mental illness, and that is a big part of it is community, which is another reason this COVID-19 thing sucks, because community is not there. But I think you said it earlier when we were talking about this episode, because we didn't plan this at all, not really, because you're like, hey, we're going to film, and I was like, oh, cool, what are we going to film? And you're like, I don't know, we talked about it like 2 months ago. It's like, oh, great, cool. But you had said that you have to push through. You have to push through, even when the circumstances are pushing down on you, especially when it comes to something that's not just a hobby, but it's something more. Because that's another thing we were talking about, right? You were talking about, your fears with pushing this, because you're about to get out of the military. I just got out, and we're both going to have day jobs here in a soon. But what we really want to do is this.
Yeah, and it fills me with fear and anxiety. Just, it's a big leap, it's something I've loved to do for so long that I want to take it and do it full time, but it's a lot of stress. That's a big step, because first of all, there's only 80 of you right now that are watching us. There's that, but there's also, it's something that, it's like, if you're passionate about it, you got to jump for it, right? Yeah. Even
if you fall, and that's kind of terrifying in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but there's something about, I'm scared to take that jump, but in the back of my mind, the creativity is there to push through it. Like, nope, you got to do that, you got to do that, you got to do that, and it just pushes you further and further forward to attain those goals.
No one ever made the headlines by sitting at home and not pushing through.
No, they didn't.
So, whether you're a chef, an artist, a writer, photographer, a YouTuber, a vlogger, a video gamer, any of those avenues, in fact, literally anything that you set your mind to, and you build, and you community, all that stuff, that's what makes you awesome. And that's what's gonna, you could help yourself and everybody around you by being you.
I agree with you.
Yeah, that's the first time for everything, huh?
Yeah, so what do you guys think about mental health and creativity? Do you see it in your life as it coming together to create one thing to be a winning battle, or do you let that depression or anxiety take over?
Or being burnt out. There's
Yeah.
that too, especially if this becomes a job and not something that you love to do, turns into like, oh, I don't really want to film, but I kind of have to, or I have to take that, that job because I need the money, instead of like, this is what I love to do.
Yeah.
Well, we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. Comment down below if you like this video, and like you said, let's have a discussion about this, man. Like, what do you think about mental health and creativity? Where have you seen it affect your life? And share your story with us. We'd love to hear it. And from us here at Coffee Time at Running Water Media and Design, I have never said that on camera.
I like the sound of it.
You like the sound of it? Running Water Media and Design. That's a mouthful. That's our company, if you didn't know. Check out the website, read our blogs. We write about this kind of stuff all the time. I have a few actually on this.
Yeah.
I think I have one titled Messages in Pain and Secrets of the Story. And I think you've written one about, what was it called? It was called something.
Yep, I don't even remember what it was called.
Yeah, that's how long it's been, guys. Well, it has been a pleasure having you. And thanks for the iced coffee. It is smoking hot outside.
Before we go, we have to give some news, Josiah.
No. Yes, we do. We have very upsetting news.
So, you guys were all very excited about the island, just like we were.
Over the moon excited. And then COVID-19 shot a rocket at it.
So, yeah, there's going to be a hold on that documentary. So, we're going to have to figure out something else to bring big for you guys in November.
Yep. Oh. All right. Well, hopefully we can find something. We're very upset about it, but the circumstances being where, like you said, we're going to push through it and find the silver lining in it, and we will make it to the island one day. It'll happen.
And in the meantime, we'll work on other projects and move forward.
Yep.
And dive headfirst right into the business and see what comes out of it.
Yeah.
As always, guys, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscription button. It really does help, and we like to see who is watching our videos so we can hang out and have a discussion. Hit that bell for notifications for any time we make a video. I promise we're going to get back into having regular videos. And as always, take your shot, just go shoot.
Let's make it happen. Not bad for 2 months.
You have facial hair.
I do have facial hair. It's nice. I feel like a goat. Like riding on the motorcycle.
Guess you'll eat anything?
No. Yes.